user definition types. That is, they have the onboarding process, the profile setup, and then the engagement. So by default, all other user types will be able to do what the registered candidate can do. So that's the basic for that. So there, for the epics under the onboarding, we have two epics, that is the register and the login. So initially, when you want to register, inputting personal details, setting up the username and setting up password. And for the login there, sorry, I have to zoom in, but it's not so clear because we did a screenshot. We'll also have that inputting your username and password. For the profile setting therein, we have profile picture and background information, whereas in the engagement, the registered candidate can view comments and can probably react to comments using emojis. Moving on to the subscribed candidates. So like I said, all other candidates will be able to do the things that the registered candidate can do, but with more features. So here in the additional features here is that for the personal details on that profile for the subscribed candidate, you have inputting academic qualification, work experience, or hobbies, because part of the definition of the subscribed candidate is somebody that has less than 1 year experience. The person has gone through Tech Pro learning and has less than 1 year experience in the field. So these are part of the additional features that you have, the user story that you have for the registered candidate. Also, you have that the registered candidates can also send a mentorship request from other user types like the professional, experienced professional, and the person can view a mentor's profile to know, okay, is this kind of person I want to mentor me, and send mentees requests to such mentors. Moving on to the professional candidates. So herein we have that also similar to what the subscribed candidates can upload academic qualifications, and also can set up comments and reply to that. However, under mentorship hearing, this person can view requests. Professional candidates can view requests of mentees and look at who to mentor. Moving on to the experienced professional hearing. I'm sorry, because this was screenshot, so the resolution is not high. So hearing that we have that the experienced professional, additional features that the experienced professional can do under engagement, we have that like in terms of qualification, just like the previous two. However, this person can also be able to delete posts, unlike some of the previous user definition types. And in terms of mentorship request, this person can view mentees request and also mentor registered candidates and give feedback on the mentorship process. So you can see under the mentorship, you have mentor request, view mentee's profile, and also give feedback on the duration of mentorship. So these are some of the user stories peculiar to the experienced professional. Finally, in the admin, we have that the admin is in charge. The features peculiar to the admin in terms of the library content, in terms of uploading videos, webinars, and other resources like library content. So the admin has the ability to do that. The admin also has the ability to accept posts and also delete posts depending on if it complies with the rules of the BA community app. And also it has this peculiar feature. The admin has this peculiar epic of monitoring the system. So you can view all the other user profiles and can respond to feedback in case there's anything wrong with the app. So these are the user stories we have here. So the acceptance criteria, which is based on the user story map, is to list acceptance criteria for the deliverables, and this will set the criteria for validating the decisions for these user story maps, and has to align, and finally it has to align with the user needs for each user definition type. So because of time, we'll just take briefly the user story, the acceptance criteria for a future of mentorship for the experienced professional. And so we can see that we have two case scenarios for under mentorship. And herein we have we are following the format of giving, when, and then. So for each scenario, for the acceptance criteria, that should be in that format. So as you can see, those words are in bold. So for a case scenario that under the mentorship board, that given that, excuse me, as an experienced professional, giving I am recognized as an experienced professional. When such experienced professional is able to access the dashboard, then you should have the mentorship section under the dashboard of the experienced professional, that the person can see the mentees the person has mentored in the past and request from potential mentees. So this is a scenario under mentorship dashboard for the experienced professional. Another scenario under still related to mentorship is providing feedback from a mentorship process. So given that this user type is an experienced professional and is currently mentoring a registered candidate, when I finish the mentoring session, I should be able to provide feedback on the registered candidate's performance. So you can see that these two case scenarios still relates to the future of mentorship. So this is for the acceptance criteria. So I'll move to the rates so that we can just round off. And so the rates, start off, we have to discuss the risk mitigation strategies, and we have to track the assumptions, the issues. Is an acronym for risk, assumption, issues, dependency, and schedules. So I treated this in the past, just summarize again. So we have, in terms of severity, that we have critical, which is denoted in red color, high, orange, medium, yellow, and then and so we have, if it's low, then we can have it as green. So for the rates, description for the risk, that insufficient funding for app development. So what's the impact of this risk? It could lead to delay in development and potential compromise on app quality, that probably because of the budget we have, the app might not be have a smooth running or a smooth use. So this is critical. And then the way to mitigate is to secure additional funding from the PO, from the project owner. Second risk is data breach, and this can expose use the information of users. So the impact is that if users feel that their data has breached, a good example is what happened in Australia a couple of months back with Optus and some other internet, that they had user issues. So this can lead to a loss of trust and then people leaving such platforms. So this is also critical. So we must ensure the mitigation plan is to ensure that you have a strong cybersecurity team to ensure that users' data is protected, and then have regular security audits. Another risk is slow user adoption after the app is launched. So this can lead to reduction in revenue or even a potential failure of the project. So this is high. And the way we can do this is to ensure that we have a good marketing team and outreach strategy, that people are able to promote advert of the app, and people are able to even come back to use the app after using it. Our assumption is that users will be interested in the mentorship feature. We are using this as a big selling point for the BA community app, that the issue of having mentors would really attract users. But then if this is untrue, that people are not looking for that on a networking app, then this feature might be underused. And like, we are putting a lot of resources into this mentorship feature. So this is medium. But the good thing is then to conduct a user survey, especially among the target audience of the registered candidate. Would they be looking for a networking platform that will be looking at, that will have mentorship as a big feature therein? Assumption that we are assuming that this is a cross-functional team, and as initially agreed, that we have experts from various fields, and then we'll work in a cross-functional way. However, the impact is that if we don't have this, it will reduce manpower and lead to delays, and probably even in task also will not have perfect delivery of task. So this is high. So what we have to do is check on team availability and have people and adjust timelines. And this can also affect when you have new team members that are just trying to get their feet into the progress of the project. So the issues is lack of dedication from the cross-functional team, and the impact is that there will be slow progress and increased pressure on the few dedicated members. This is also high. And then the way to the action plan for this is to discuss concerns with the team and consider how we can what people are going through and how we can accommodate the needs of others, and also probably hire new members to help. Another issue is the issue of being workouts of stress or being overwhelmed by of potential burnout by those that feel dedicated. So they can be having errors due to stress, and the way to provide support and then probably bring new team members to help redistribute the workload. Another issue there is the issue of job offers, and this was mentioned in the so that probably having the PO adding a new feature to the app. So this can lead to potential delay or probably increased workload if this was not initially in the plan in the budget. And this is the severity is high, and this could lead to reduction in feasibility of the change or have impact on the timeline, the duration for the project. So in terms of dependencies, we'll probably be relying on third-party software for certain features, and this would probably be in terms of in security, securing the this thing sorry in terms of library access, like probably hosting of webinars maybe we want to host on YouTube. So if there's something wrong, if we have those recorded videos and we put them on YouTube, which is a third-party software, if something is wrong with YouTube, those video libraries might be lost. So we have to ensure that probably there will be a backup. So the impact is that there could be potential delays if something is wrong with the third-party software of the issues. So this is medium because at least we know YouTube is a fairly big company. But then what we can do is maintain open communications with the vendors, like probably have some strong links with YouTube as a person that even if there's something wrong, that we should be able to have backup of our videos therein, and we can get them and probably host them on another party. The final dependency is depending on the marketing teams for the app launch and promotion. So we need, this relates to the issue of user adoption. So this is really dependent on having a strong marketing team that can ensure that there is wide usage of the app and people adopt using it. It's really timely. So this is on the severity scale, this is medium, and we have to coordinate closely with the marketing teams and ensure that they have a clear timeline that, okay, within 3 months, we want this number of users on the app, and the marketing team is able to achieve that goal. So we round off the review of what we've done in this sprint. I would like to thank Adiola and Mrs. Adiola and Mrs. Amina, because I worked overnight and I just sent them this slide a few hours ago, and that they were still able to pull it off. Thank you so much. Thank you for listening.
Thank you. That was very wonderful of you guys. Um, I'm I'm proud of what you've done and what you've delivered. I I am proud. Thanks for. So before I go ahead, can I ask that everyone on the call are clear on the journey so far? And if there is any area or any areas that were not clear, can we just call it out now? Because if we're all clear to now, to from on to where we've just presented, then I would say we can start dreaming for getting that 6-figure BA job. Because you know almost 60% of what you need, not only to get a job, but to function effectively as a BA. So I would like to know and ask, can I ask that every one of us were clear? We think that all what we've covered till now, we can do, we're clear, and these are all what we can do. Should I take that silence as a yes? Okay. Thank you so much. Good to know that we're all good to go. Okay. Thanks. I think I can say that I'm happy to sign off your design phase. So meaning you can now you can move to the next phase, which is testing. No, sorry, develop. You can move to develop and testing. But I'd like to remind you that we only have one sprint left, and you still have 3 phases to complete. So I don't know how you want to get that done within the next 2 weeks. But the good thing about it is in the develop phase, you only need to do process mapping. In the testing phase, you only need to come up with test script or test plan. And I also want to teach you about to write requirement traceability matrix. So hopefully we'll be able to do that next week. So if you can do from now to the end of the week, if you can complete your process mapping and test plan, which is achievable, you can do that. So maybe you just have to split yourself. But can I also say this? If you know you will not be able to complete the tasks assigned to you, please, it's either you tell them you're not available or you just excuse these guys. Just let them know. I think, please, so that they'll know how to manage that. It's better you let them know that, guys, please don't assign any tasks to me because I will not be able to complete it as at when required. Please, I beg you in the name of God. So if you can do that, that'll be fine. I think you also need to, maybe after our class, just spend the next 10, 15 minutes to do your retro, reflect on what you've learned, what work on well, what you need to do very, better in the last sprint, just to kind of recap things and come up with a better ways of working. So, any questions about what we need to do next? Okay, I will take that as a no. So the next thing we need to do, I want to take us through Jira and Confluence. Before we do that, I'm going to send us invites now. Sorry, guys. Can everyone just put in their email address on the chat box here, please? Hello. Hello.
Yeah, hello. Yeah,
Okay.
I I just dropped mine now,
Yeah, I've
so
seen it.
I think
Yeah, I've
it's
seen yours. Can others please do it as well, please? Okay. Can you all check your? Can you check your email, please?
Yeah, same. Thank you. Please, can we put any password? Or because what I'm
Can I
seeing
ask?
is
Can you share your screen, please? Yep. Just put in. Yeah, put in your password.
for email or any password. I don't.
I think you should put your email password. It's strange. I don't think you should ask for this, but can you just put in your password, your email password?
Okay. The screen. Maybe I'll just click on continue
Yeah.
with Google.
Yeah, I think so. Skip question. You can skip. 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 Skip.
I click it. Okay, skip.
Just skip it.
Okay.
I hope others are doing the same thing, please. Yeah. Are we all
Okay.
here? No one is talking. Hello.
Yes, I'm there.
So are we all, can we get to this
Yes, I'm
stage?
there.
Okay. All right. So if you can click Tech Pro Institute. Okay. I'm going to take over the screen now. Thanks, Fuji, for that.
Okay.
All right. So what I've just done now, I've given you access to Jira and Confluence. I'd like to give you, so Jira and Confluence, they are owned by Atlassian. Atlassian is the parent company, and Jira, Confluence are two tools under Atlassian. So if you look at it, if I click on this is Jira and this is Confluence. Of course, because I'm an admin, I can see this. Ignore this Jira work management, you will not use it. Now, what is the difference between Jira and Confluence? So Jira, both of them are collaborative tools for project management, and we also use it to track issues, epic, or stories. Okay, so as a cross-functional team, we use Jira mostly. When you create a project, you create a tools or a ticket where you have to write a user stories and acceptance criteria. You write it using Jira software, on Jira software. The moment you finish writing it, you as a business analyst, you've written your user stories, the acceptance criteria, and everything. When it is ready, it's dev ready. That means you finish all your analysis and you've written those stories. It's ready, you have to assign it to your developers. Let's say Mujib is the developer. And once you assign it to the developer there, the developer will pick it up, go through the stories and use that story to come up with his coding or anything he needs to do. So that is why it's a collaborative tool used within the project teams to track stories, to track issues or bugs. On the other hand, Confluence is content management. So we use Confluence to write content. So anything you can use, you can write on Word documents or even using Excel. You can also do it on Confluence. The only thing with Excel is just that, Of course, you know all about the calculations and all those things. But you can use Confluence for your content management. You can use it to create everything you created when you are writing your business case. You wrote your business case on Word document. You can as well write it on Confluence. Now, project teams prefer to write everything using Confluence. When something is on Confluence, we consider it to be source of truth. When you hear source of truth in software development or in IT, what that means is that document has been reviewed and approved. Everything you are getting from that document is valid. It's true. That is the truth. You can take it to the bank as far as the contents of that document is concerned. So if you know that something is not ready or it has not been approved, reviewed and approved, please don't bring it on. Don't write it on Confluence. And if you have to write it, make sure you state clearly that this is work in progress. Because by default, anything that I'm seeing on Confluence, I'll take it as source of truth and I can use it for other things. So in a nutshell, Jira is for collaboration between the project teams. So you also use Jira to keep track of, okay, the tickets that I've written, what status or what stage is that ticket? Has it been developed? Is it under testing, or has it been tested and is now in production? I will show you how we can move this, and then you start what we did during our first 2 weeks. This will start making sense to you now. Any question, guys, before we go into the practical aspect of it? Okay, so now setting up of Jira or Confluence is none of your business. You have an admin that will set it up, but if you have more time, it's not bad for you to know how to set it up. Of course, I've set it up now because this is the entire this is a Confluence page for Tech Pro, not only for your project. Every other project, they've been using this and others will continue to use this. So I've set it up, but I encourage you to please go to YouTube and just type how to create or set up a Jira, a Jira account for your company. So a company will always have an account, and there will be a dedicated admin managing that account for your company. So when you come on board, that admin will be the one that will add you to that account, and they will give you the role and permissions that what you can do. In most cases, you will only be given user roles, except if you are either probably a project manager or product owner, then they can give you some, not a super admin, maybe an admin roles. But that is outside the scope of this training. Like I said, if you want to know how to set up this, please go on YouTube and just read about it. But it's not something I would say you spend more time on it, because you don't need it. So when you've been added to your company Jira ticket, this is where you land. Now, if the project is new and you've been tasked, my last role, I just joined that, and all the people on the call not agile oriented. So when I joined, and I was just like, okay, we need to do better, we need to have more efficient. And my project manager just started me, can you help me to create and manage Jira? So what I did, so if you want to create it, okay, the first thing you need to do, come to project here. Guys, I need to know, yes, are you all hearing me? Can I have yes, please?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. So you come to project, click on project, okay? Create project. If you click on this, all the projects that have been created these are all the projects here. So create project. Now, Kanban, always make sure you're creating projects using the Scrum. This is it. You can use this template. It's highly recommended to please use this template. Otherwise, if you don't want to, just say select, but I encourage you to use this template. So this is it. Now, there are two types of projects, team manage or company manage. Like I said, if I'm creating this for my company for the first time, then I will go for company manage. What this means is only my company, myself only as the super admin can manage this. So if I join, there's another project, they cannot use this because it is only company managed. So company managed means one-to-one relationship. Only the company can use it. So team cannot use it again. But if it is team managed, it means that every team can manage their page under the umbrella or under the company account. So Tech Pro now, which is this, if I create now, if I go for this team manage, meaning that your team, be a community teams, you can manage it separately. If another team comes and I create this, another team can also manage it. But if I do go for company manage, no team can do it. I'm the only one that can manage this. So I don't want that. I want to go with team manage. So select a team manage project. What is your team name? BA. Yes. Thank you. Yeah. Telephone. So be a community app, just give your team name. Okay, then create project. So your project is created. Can we see it? Now, so that means we now have our project. We have board for our project. What is the next thing we need to do? If you go back to the explanation or the scenario we've been working on, what we said was that for every ticket, we have an epic. Epic will break epic down into smaller pieces, into stories, which means stories. So for one epic, we'll have multiple stories, and one stories can also have multiple acceptance criteria. Now, for our BA community app, let's create epic now. You see, did you see? Click create. This is your project. Now, what type of issues do you want to create? Epic or stories? Now, every epic or every stories must be linked to an epic. Sorry, guys, are you clear about that? Every story must be linked to an epic. So what that means is just that for you to create a story, you must have an epic first. So for the first things, click here, this drop down, then just click on epic. Okay. By default, it will show to do, and I'll show you later, but you can change it, but I'll show you this later. Now, what epic do we want to write? What can you tell me one of your epic? Login or register? What epic do you want us to write now?
Maybe register.
Register. Okay. So summary is register. Then just write what's your epic as a user. Okay, sorry. Users ability to register with their personal details. Okay. All this I'll show us later. Everything because it's under this. If you need to change it, click on it. Who's reporting? I'm the one reporting, but let's just assume that Amina is the one reporting. If you have any attachments, just do this and blah, blah. So you've created your epic, great. Let's create another epic. Be a community epic. If it is on story, you have to just click it and click story. But what we want to do, we want to create epic. Okay. Any other epic you want to create? Login. Users ability to log in to the BA community app with their registered credentials. And we create. We're too quiet. Are we lost or any issues? Should I continue? Hello?
Yes. Yeah.
All right. Now, so these are the two epic that I've created. Okay. If there are other ways you can create it, instead of creating it here, if you come to the timeline, you can just come here. If you have another one, profile. You see, just click profile, enter. It will click. If you have many epic, just keep going. And you can as well come to this create button and create it. So it's the same thing. Now, that means you've created what? You finished creating your epic. Now, we said that every epic must come with some stories. If you come to this particular this create button, click create. Okay. Now, what do we want to create now? We want to create a story. Story. Then, what story do we want to do? Personal. What's the first one under register? Personal what? Personal details. And you see why now that you've created it on the in Excel, what you just need to come in, just come and uplift it here. Just come and copy it from the Excel and come and put it here. But I like that reason I asked you to do it first on the Excel is just because I want you to, in case if you need to do any editing or anything. But as you grow, you become more comfortable. You don't need to write your user stories and acceptance criteria on the Excel. What you have to do, just come to Jira, put it there once and for all. But that is when you are comfortable. So we want to write a user story for personal distance. Then we go through as a user. because all users will have to register as a user, so you can registered, subscribe, professional, and experience professional. Okay. I want to be able to register using my personal details so that I can have my detail registered with the BA community. Okay, that is it. Write user story. This is bold. If you want to underline it, underline it. Now, acceptance criteria. And write the acceptance criteria. Given that I am a user, when I click on the register button, then personal details field should display. One, display personal details field. Then scenario 2, five on the personal details. Given that I am a user and I am on the register button, when I click the register button, then I choose and I am on any of the fields, then I should be able to type my details on the field. Okay. Then you create. So this is what I've just created. If we now go to timeline, now, do you guys remember when I think during when we were during I think it was during sprint or Scrum training class when we started, we talk about moving from when you move backlog. So this one is to do. You can as well say backlog. Backlogs. You can call this, instead of this, analysis or requirement analysis. Is, you see the way I'm changing it? If you need to change it, you can say this is development. Now, don't worry about this. Your team will decide. Most especially either your PO, your product owner, or your project manager, or the developer, they will decide on the structure or the approach, the flow they want to go. So it's not something you need to crack your mind, but you just need to know how to edit. Just click on it, you edit it. And if you need to add more, you see this, click on it. After develop, let's say it's testing. Yes, you still need to add more. When they finish testing, what happened? Maybe UAT. Okay, you can say this one is unit / system testing. The developer will do unit and system testing, so it's none of your business. You don't need to worry. UAT is where you might be of help. Then this production. So anything, in most cases, this is the default flow. Backlogs. You remember what we refer to as backlog then. Backlogs are lists. You look at backlog as wish list. Everything that you need to create for that project will be under backlogs there. Now, when you are now ready, let's say you have register, login, profile, comments, all those things. But for now, in your sprint 1, you've decided to go with register, login, forget password, and let's say profile, write profile. Those are the 3 backlogs that you've decided out of about 20 backlogs that you have. In any of those backlogs, when you move, you pick one of those backlogs, you start writing your user stories, acceptance criteria, or do any analysis that you need to do. You move it from here and bring them here. Once you finish with it, you think you've written your user story, acceptance criteria, and everything is ready. What do you have to do? You move it to develop, and you assign it to a developer. Okay, I finished my work as a BA. Use what I've created and go and use it to write your code. The developer will do whatever he or she needs to do, write their code and everything, blah, blah. Once they finish it, they will come, move it to unit testing to say, okay, I've done it, but I'm now doing testing on what I've created or the code that I've created. So they move it to this. Once it's now moved, maybe they've done their unit testing and everything move as per everything, they will now say, okay, it's done. I have finished it. They move it to, the developer will move it to UAT. You as a business analyst, if you are dedicated you have a dedicated unit testing tester, then they will assign it to the software tester there. If you don't have, they are likely to assign it to you as a BA. Then this is where you now have to do your UAT, which is writing your test script and your test execution. And if you think everything passed everything, then you will let your PO know. Your POs, you assign it to your PO. Your PO will now move it to production. So anything that is in production, meaning that it's ready to go live. These are the flows that you go through. Don't worry, we'll do it now. Now, this is the personal details that we've created. Okay? And I told you that you remember that when we were creating this, is this a story or an epic? Kayode, is this a story or an epic? Samuel. I mean, now that means you guys are not following me. Is this a story or epic?
Epic.
Why is this an epic? In your user journey mapping, is personal detail even an epic?
Yeah, it's an epic, though it's not in the exact word of personal story, but we put it as update profile. So it's not in the exact word. Yeah, we didn't have it in that connotation, but we had it as update profile or profile.
Can you show
not
take
in
over
that.
the screen and show me your user journey mapping?
We have come in just a moment. Like I said, if we look at most of the user we have update profile as the epic there. So all of them have this epic update profile.
Is this not personal detail, user stories?
Yeah, for this is user story map, right?
Yes. So the personal detail, what is it, an epic or user stories?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, that we don't have
details.
Oh, sorry. That should be under register. Sorry, my bad. This is not clear, but this is it here. Under register, you have it as a user story, input personal details.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I'm taking over the screen again, please.
Thank you.
And when I was here, when I was creating this, what did I told you here, because we've created an epic, which is register login profile. But we know that for epic, we must have stories that are linked to an epic. Can we confirm we understood that or not? Hello.
Yeah, that like you said at the beginning, that every story must be linked to an epic.
Yes, every story must be linked to an epic. And we already created epic. And I said, now we're creating stories. So the first story we created, personal input, personal details. Is that not? And which is this? Yes. So what we need to do now is to link these personal details to what? To an epic. So how do you do that? Look at it. If you are under backlogs there, look at this plus, just click on it. Then so personal detail is under which epic? Kayode. Register. Under register. Just pick the register here. Click. So this is it. Meaning this personal detail has been linked to register. If you want to write another user stories, you can come here, write it here, or better still, look at it, create an issue. Click it. What type of issue do you want to? This is story already. If you want to change it, change it, but you want to write a story, so leave it as a story. It will tell you, if you hover on it, it will tell you the kind of issues that this is. Then what, apart from personal details, what other things do you need to write? Password. Is that part of the stories under this register? I'm not enjoying today's.
Yeah, I think, yeah, just check now. It's still under register. Set username, set password is under register also. So we can add it to that.
So you set password. You've written it, just click enter. It will, okay. Now, if you want to write the stories, so what you've just done is just to write the summary. You now want to write the story and acceptance criteria or for this create password. What do you have to do? Just click on it. If you hover on it, this on the line, or you can come to this edit summary, either of the two. Just click. You'll be presented with this. Then come here and write whatever you need to write. User story. As a user, I want to be able to create password as part of my registration process. Registration, register, field, so that I can have so that the system can store my password. Okay. Then this acceptance criteria. But if you've written yours, everything which I believe you've written on the Excel, just go and paste, copy it, and come and paste it here. excuse me, acceptance criteria. Okay. Scenario 1. I print my password in the password field. Given that I am on the register page, when I click on the password field, then I should be able to input my desired password for the system to stop. Okay. Write another scenario if you think there are another scenario you need to cover. Password validation. Given that I have clicked on the password, when I write on the password field, then the system should validate the password I have written against the following validation rules. So if you want to say maximum of, how many maximum do you want? Sorry, minimum of 8 characters, maximum of 15 characters, at least one letter, at least one uppercase, capital letter, at least one lower case letter, at least one numeric number, at least one special character. Okay? Then scenario 3. Correct password meeting validation rules. Given that I am a user and I am on the register page, when I click on the password field and I entered and the password I entered meets all the above validation rules, then the system should allow me to proceed. Then the system should display register button below as the system should let the register button be clickable. Guys, please, let's so if you finish everything, save. Then what do you need to do? You've written it. You need to assign it and link it to an epic. Come, click here. What epic do you want to link it to? Is it this? Is it this? It's register. Link it. It's link. If you want to create another one, create. What other one do you want to click? Let's say log username. Username and password. You create another one. Forget password. Just click on it. If you want to link this, click on it and link it to, what is this? This is sign up, login. Link it. You want to write your user story, click on it here, then come here under descriptions, go and write your user stories and acceptance criteria. And if you want to go through this route, it's still the same thing. Okay, you are writing user stories, click what summary you want to do. If it is write profile summary, then write your acceptance user stories and acceptance criteria here and everything. Okay, what do you want to link? You want to link it to, see, personal details. What's it here? This is it. And come here and come and link it as you want. Okay, what are we linking it to? We're linking it to profile. What are we linking this for? Forget password to login. And then click underneath here, come here, under description, write your user story or paste your user story and acceptance criteria as you've written, as you have them on the Excel. That's it. Any question before we move forward? Adela, any question? We're just too quiet today. Mujib, Samuel, Amina, Yemi, any question?
I just have one in the description, please. If, like in Excel, we can link what we are seeing in the user story to the map because it's a table. We can say, okay, for this acceptance criteria, it's under this. But if we are writing everything in description, that is, you are writing the user story and the acceptance criteria, is there like a way, a pictorial in Jira that after linking them with all these clips, you can see like it in a visual form that you can say, okay, this is under this, this is.
No, but can you show me what you're referring to even in Excel? Are you able to show me?
Yeah, just a moment. Let me just open. Okay, just. What I mean is, for example, maybe under the second you have future, then the acceptance criteria, and you're like under register, given this is a scenario. But because you have each as a cell, okay, register is linked to this, and not that you're just putting them in a box like you have on Jira. So like those, when you put all those manually on Jira, can it give you like a visual representation of what connects what, or just to have like it's easy to see this table now and know register links. This is the acceptance criteria for register. This is for login. This is for, because it's each is in a cell, and so you have this visual picture of these links to this. I don't know if I'm
No,
making sense.
no. But to be honest, I don't see the need. Let me take over the screen again. I don't see
Okay.
the need for that because, take for instance, now the register that you've talked about, everything is there. Personal details. This is personal details. It's just the way it is. If you want to know, okay, this personal detail being a user story, what epic does it map to? Just come here and click it. You will know the epic that it's mapped to. Okay, register. It is what it is. But if you come here, everything is well. You can view it. It's just the way Jira is structured, by the way. Okay. Now, another things I would like to take us through. Let's now come to we've talk about the board. This is the backlogs. Okay, this is the backlog that we've created. We're in sprint 2, right? Okay, sprint 2. What days our sprint 2, what day did our sprint 2 started? I'm just going. Our sprint 2 is ending today, being 5th. Then it's starting if to 9, 29, 22. Okay. What was the sprint goal? You see where it's mapping to the sprint planning, the sprint review. And we said during the sprint planning, what is the first thing we need to do? Sprint goal. So let's say our sprint goal was to complete all the artifacts under the design phase. Update created. Our personal goal, if we've done this, we move it, just move it here. Okay. These are what we wanted to achieve, what we've committed to achieve in sprint 2. Just move it. Okay, these are all what we wanted to achieve in sprint 2. If we come to board now, okay, backlogs, it's under backlogs. Let's now assume that you, Kayode, Mujib, and every one of you, Mujib is being a senior BA, Mujib was assigned this and this. Adela, you see, because you are all into this, Mujib, you've been assigned. You will definitely, for now, if you check your email, you get a notification to say this particular items has not been assigned to you. Let's assign this to Adela. Assign this to Amina. Assign this to Samuel. Let's assign this to Kayode. Okay. And we now say we're starting our sprint. We click start sprint. Okay. Start. Because the end, okay, let's say, let's just say this. Have we all seen this? Because we've started the sprint, everything here is now under backlog. Now, this one, Mujib, tomorrow, you now come to the office tomorrow. When you come to the office, you want to do your sprint, your daily stand-up. Your Scrum Master, anyone who is interested in Scrum Master, you come, the first thing you have to do is you come here, open the Jira board and say, okay, I am the Scrum Master. Are we ready for our daily stand-up today? Yes. Who's the first person? Mujib. If the Scrum Master come here and just click on Mujib, all the items assigned to Mujib will display, will be filtered. So what is expected of you, Mujib? You have to talk about in relation to this. Okay, yesterday, I started working on personal details. I spoke to the business owner to understand what are the personal details he would like to collect from the users. And given, based on the feedback, I have gone ahead to write my users acceptance criteria, and I think this is now ready for developers. Okay, that is fine. What do you have to do? The Scrum Master will now move this. That okay? You think Mujib? You think everything is ready for? Okay, it's under requirement. Sorry, under requirement is where you have to write your user stories. The backlogs mean that we've committed to this. It's under backlog. Now, Mujib, you've written user stories, you've done everything under analysis. You will now move it to say, or the Scrum Master will move it to say, because Mujib said everything is ready from analysis perspective, move it to development. Now, who is the developers? Let's assume Assis is the developer. Okay, move it to developer. Yemi, what's your email address, please?
I put it in the chat. So just say it's yemite01@gmail.com.
Thank you. think you should even be there. Okay. So it's underdeveloped. Okay. It's been assigned to Yemi. Let's assume Yemi now on Tuesday pick on this. He wrote all the code and everything. He writes all the code and everything is ready. Yemi will also do what? Move it to unit testing. Okay. If he's the one that will do the unit testing, because he does not need to assign it to anyone. If someone else will have to do unit testing, he will go there and assign it to anybody that will do the unit testing. Let's assume unit testing will be done by Kayode. Kayode will pick it up, finish his unit testing. If everything work on as per, he will also move it to UAT. And once you finish your UAT, everything is working perfectly, then the Scrum Master or the PO will definitely move it to productions. Now, I have to say it that moving to productions depends on the policy. There are some companies that you will not move any ticket to production unless you do what we call PVT, post verification testing. So you don't need to worry if that is the case. And what is post-verification testing? Post-verification testing means that, okay, after you have completed, it's mostly done for projects that is in BAU. What is BAU? Business as usual. So that means a project that is already in operations. For instance, this Tech Pro website now, which is already in operations. There was a bug or we needed to make improvements on the login page to say, okay, instead of using email, we want to now start allowing people to use their phone number to register. And you go there, create a ticket for that. Under this, you move it. If everything it's been under the requirements, everything has, you've completed everything, before you move it to production, to say, okay, it's in production now. Anything that is in production means that the end users will be able to see it. So, and I said, it depends on the policy of the company. So some companies will mean that after you've completed UAT, before you deploy to production, it has to go through change request or change management. That's a complete new things entirely. What that means is just that you have to do PVT, post verification, to say that, okay, what you've done here has not affected anything previously. And post verification will be done during outage window. So it might be that if maybe after hours, between 6 o'clock, some will do it between 6 o'clock to 7 o'clock. Some can even be early in the morning, let's around 5:30 to 6, when users are not expected to be using the application, because you have to do the PVT in a live environment. That's a separate discussions or training entirely. Change management is a complex thing, so I don't want to take you to that. Just have that at the back of your mind. So, guys, are we clear about how to use Jira now? Thank you. All right, it's past 7. Do we want to stop or we want to spend the next 15 minutes just to go through Confluence, please? Do we want to? I think we should just stop. We'll find another time to. Do we want to stop or we want to spend 15 minutes, the next 15 minutes to just go through Confluence? Guys, can we talk, please? I'm happy with
maybe if you can find another time, please. Maybe.
Okay, yeah, that's fine. I'm happy. I'll try and see if we can find another time. That's it. Jira is enough. It's a lot of things you need to unpack. I'll just encourage. I'll share the recorded section with us before the end of today. Please just go back, listen, and you now have access to Jira. Just try your hands about it. Please, can I just ask you that? Do not mess up things. Create anything other than what you've created. But if you have any issue, please, you should only delete what you've created, not what I have created. And how do you want to delete? As you can see, if you need to delete this, just come here, delete. Okay, that's it. Yeah, this is management, but I don't want to. Don't worry too much about this. Just get used to that first. Then you'll be able to learn this by yourself. So all what you've seen here, everything that you've seen here are all configured. Everything here, you can have more labels. You can delete or hide any labels here as per requirements, your team requirements or anything. So, and how do you do it? You come here, you see configure, then you can configure. So, meaning this summary is required, description, if you want to make it as default, it's on default, status, assignee. If you want to remove it, no. If you don't want to remove it, you just put it. Label, you want to make it required. If you want to, so meanings, if you make it required, if I do not put this, I will not be able to proceed. So sprint, is it required? If you want to remove it, story point estimate, this is where you estimate your distance. You want to make it required, otherwise you can also remove it. Reporter, meaning I am the one. If you want to remove it, remove it. If you want to add another issues, you can add. If you have any other issues, add their names. If you don't, cancel. So this is just where you set everything. The workflow that we talk about, if you need to do anything from backend, you see, backlogs, requirements, analysis, please this. If you want to change anything, look at it, done. What next do we want to? Let's just say we want to do PVT. Example, add it. Oh, you have your PVT. Meaning before production, you can say before you have your production, you want to do PVT. So, and if you want to change anything, just go there and change it. If you think you find, update, save, and update. You come here, PVT is already added. it. Close it. All right, guys. Thank you for today. I will put today's meetings, trainings on the application, on the training materials for our reference. It should be ready in the next 3 hours. Okay. Thank you so much, and apologies once again for joining behind schedule. My sincere apologies. Enjoy the rest of the weekend and have a lovely week ahead.
Thank you.
Thank you, Kabir.
Scrum Master, please don't leave yet. I was thinking for this next task, I don't know if you can finish the two this thing. And could share me also, because I think what was assigned you is that we have testing and I don't really know the, but for the breakdown for the next sprint, testing and I can't recall the second one, but what advice do you give us as a team to, and what should we do for this next? Because I think we really what Coach KB said was maybe 2 artifacts. Can't recall the second one.
I think it's better we'll do this maybe on WhatsApp. We can just do a quick call on WhatsApp because this is recorded.
Okay. Oh, sorry.
Maybe the 3 of us, if Mr. Yemi doesn't mind.
Okay. Thank you.